Hey everyone, welcome to Dancing with Bella. So today basically I want to summarize a video I've done at the beginning when I first started my YouTube channel, and it was called How to Approach a Customer If You're Shy, but with a little bit more detail. That way you guys can get an idea of basically what I do to keep a conversation going, or how to introduce myself or approach a customer. Before I get started, I do want to mention that every girl is different. Every girl has a different personality. It might not work for everybody, but just try to see what works best for you. And if you guys want to switch some stuff around, go ahead and do that. But basically, this is just what I like to do. So let's get started. Every time I approach a customer, I make sure that I introduce myself or I talk to him face to face. You don't want to tap him in the back or anything. That's just because you don't want to startle the customer. When I'm walking up, I'm going to go around, make sure that he's making eye contact with me, and then that's when you start introducing yourself. There's so many ways you can introduce yourself. Every customer gives me a different vibe. Pretty much I read each customer, and depending on their body language or whatever, I decide what way I want to introduce myself. Sometimes I'll find a humorous opener, like I'll say something funny. I've told you guys like about the Pokemon, like if they're on their phone or something, I'll be like, hey, are you playing Pokemon? Or hey, are you on Facebook or something? And then I'll try to make them laugh a little bit. It just really depends what works for you and what works for the customer. Sometimes my introduction will be just a compliment. I'll just go up to them and be like, hey, I seen you from far away and I like your shirt, or something like that. And that's gonna break the ice, basically. Other times I'll just go straight forward and be like, hi, my name is Bella. What's your name? Or how's your day going? Or this or that. That's basically all you want to do, is break the ice at the beginning. Whatever you have to do, find something that connects you with the customer. Basically, that's how I introduce myself. Again, I find something humorous, I compliment them, or I basically just straight off the bat introduce myself with my name. Some girls like to ask if they would like company, or if they could sit on their lap, or something like that. It's just whatever comes to mind and whatever kind of comes natural once you start introducing yourself to the customer. First impression is everything. That's body language. Body language is very important. We don't really think about that, but everything we do, basically the way we sit, the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we say things, our body language says a lot about us. So make sure your presentation is on point. I always try to make my body language more seductive, more sexy, and just open, and I don't know, just fun. You know what I mean? Because that's what the customers are going there for, is to enjoy their time and have a good experience. And that's what we're trying to accomplish, is a good experience, but at the same time, we're trying to make our money. Body language is everything. The tone of voice you use, and just confidence, confidence, confidence. And also, I want to rephrase this because it's so important that you smile. Make your smile your best attribute ever. Like I said, I'll usually say, hey baby, ooh, I seen you from afar and I love your shirt. It looks so good on you. Anyways, my name is Bella. What's your name? And then like the whole time I'll kind of give them a little smirk and a little smile and look them into the eyes. And you have to learn how to use your attributes to seduce these men. But you also got to remember that you have to be yourself. Let it come naturally and don't force it. Always look for eye contact. That's one very important aspect of this whole conversation. I make sure that I'm always focused on my customer. I make sure that he notices that all my attention is towards him and that I'm listening. And that's very, very important. The introduction is trying to figure out if there's any connection with the customers. Like I said, I get a vibe from every customer I go up to. So sometimes I'll get the customers that are kind of standoffish and they're really not trying to make conversation with me. Then I know that that's probably not a customer I want to be sitting with. I'm going to try a little bit, try to break the ice and try to open them up a little bit. But if it doesn't work for more than like a minute or two, I'm going to excuse myself politely and tell them that I'll be back later, or I just excuse myself completely. I want to be able to connect with my customer and I want them to feel the connection as well. So that's basically your introduction. Also try to act like if you know the person, like if you've known them for a while. That will make them feel more comfortable with you, and then that's when you could start the conversation. So let's say the introduction went well. You got eye contact, you shook his hand, you gave him a hug, whatever, said, "Hi, my name is Bella. What's your name?" or "How's your day going?" This and that. Once you got all that, now it's time to actually dig into the conversation. You want to get to know this person. Again, use body language, eye contact, and smile ever so often, and also nod whenever it's appropriate. But like I said, make sure it's all natural. It's a natural conversation. Let it come. Get to know each other. It's like basically you're on a date or something. Or you're out with a friend or something. Think about it that way and you'll feel a lot more relaxed. And that's very important. You got to be relaxed too. We have to be great listeners. People don't understand that. People love to talk about themselves. And that's the perfect opportunity, because once the customer starts talking, all you have to do is listen. But you have to listen for real, not just like pretend you're listening. You have to listen, just because that will lead you into further conversations. So let's say he's talking about his dog or something, and you're not even listening, and he asks you a question, you're going to be lost. So basically, you want to be able to focus on the conversation and listen. That way you can come up with more questions, or just be curious about the conversation, or nod whenever he's telling you something that you agree with. Don't let there be awkward silence. I forgot where I heard this, but I heard that if you're silent for 4 seconds, that's enough to make it very awkward. So always try to be ahead of yourself. Try to be thinking about questions to ask. And I will be making a video on just questions that you can ask customers. Be curious about them. That way you can come up with more and more questions or comments that you can pretty much help guide the conversation. Every customer is different. You will have different conversations with different people. Sometimes I talk about things that I would never talk with another customer. And sometimes I talk with that customer about things I wouldn't talk with that customer. So you build different relationships in the club with different clients, and you basically just see what connects you together with that customer. Expand your mind, learn different stuff. If I can talk about gardening, I also want to be able to talk about cars, or I want to be able to talk about music or movies. I want to be able to have a different variety of topics that I'm able to talk to people about. Make sure you can hold any type of conversation. And that's the art of being a stripper, is that you have to be able to talk about a lot of different things, and people don't know how hard it is to hold conversations sometimes. It takes skill. This is all a skill. Not everybody could do this. Not everyone knows how to have a conversation at all. So it's something that you have to practice. You'll get better at it little by little. You just have to keep working on it. Also, if there's a conversation that comes up, you don't necessarily have to talk about that. Don't talk about stuff that you're not comfortable with. Just be polite, excuse yourself from the conversation, and just change the subject. It's not going to mess anything up. If they respect you, they'll let you change the subject and they'll be okay with it. You have to have respect for yourself and for the customer. So if there's also a subject that the customer doesn't want to talk about, then don't talk about it. Be flirty. Although we're trying to listen, we're trying to make friends with these customers and all this, you also have to be flirty, because you can't forget that we're selling the fantasy. So be affectionate here and there. If you laugh, kind of tap him on the shoulder or touch his leg, his hand or something. Be sexy affectionate, not sexual affectionate. Don't go grabbing people's balls or anything. Whenever I'm talking to my friends, sometimes I'll tap them on the shoulder, or like I'll hold on to them, you know. That's some sort of affection, and they feel connected. They feel your touch. They sense who you are and stuff like that. So be flirty with them. Let them know that you're interested in them, and then they'll be interested in you as well. If they have a good time, they might want to come back and see you some other day, or maybe the next day, who knows. But yeah, give them a good experience. Also, don't be afraid to tell them about you. They want to know that we're people, that we're human beings, and that we can connect with them. Try to stay away from subjects like religion or money or politics or anything like that. Ask for his advice about something. Let's say you're going to a party next weekend or something. Ask him what you should wear, or what present you should take your friend, or if you're buying a car, ask him something about your car. I don't know. Try to be creative in your conversations, but also try to make sure you tell them the truth. So if you don't want to talk about something, then don't talk about that. But what you do talk about yourself, make sure it's true. Your customer wants to be able to feel that you're being truthful and loyal to them, or that you're respecting them by telling them the truth about you. Yeah, tell them the truth about yourself, but don't talk about things that you don't want to talk about. Just relax and find some humor, tell some jokes. I don't know, find some common ground. That's the whole purpose of this whole approach, is to find some common ground and to have fun and just be relaxed, be yourself, and just have a good time. That's all I have for you guys. This is already a long video, and I hope I can kind of edit it where it's not like a 30-minute video, but I do want to conclude and kind of go over what I just said, and I'm going to read through my notes and kind of give you guys basically a summary. In conclusion, we talked about breaking the ice to introduce yourself. Find something that works for you. Everybody has a different way to introduce themselves. If you want to just go straight forward and tell them your name, go ahead and just tell them your name. If you want to find some other way to kind of break the ice, then do whatever works best for you. Work on your posture, work on your body language. Also, don't forget eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Make sure you establish eye contact at all times. Also, build a connection and get to know your customer. Make them feel special. Make them feel like they're your best friend at that moment. Also, scan your surroundings if you're having trouble trying to find something to conversate about. Don't let there be a dull moment. Try to always have some sort of conversation going, and don't let there be any awkwardness. Also, don't forget to be flirty and be seductive and affectionate at the right times. Also, make sure to laugh, have some humor, tell some jokes, laugh at their jokes. Make smiling your best attribute. Always trying to be smiling and showing them that you're interested. And also try to keep a positive vibe alive. The whole point is just to have fun, keep that fantasy going, and give them a great experience. That's basically what they want, is someone to hang out with and have fun with. So I hope I went into good detail on how to approach a customer. I will be making another video kind of explaining different kind of questions you can ask the customers. I kind of already started writing different questions in my notebook. That way I can start on my next video pretty soon. So watch out for that video. You guys gave me so many ideas on Snapchat on different types of videos I should do. I will get to them. Just give me some time, and yeah, so this is all I have for you guys. So I hope I did a good job explaining myself, and I hope you guys kind of got the whole concept of it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye guys.